Hi everyone. Hope you all can hear me. How is everyone today? Hi guys. Oh, can't stand a dirty phone. Uh-oh, what happened? Oh, I think they said it was created, so let's see. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning. All right, let's take a look at this. Good morning, everyone.
Welcome to Blog Talk Radio. Please enter your host PIN. When finished, press the pound key.
To start your show now, press 1. To hear important instructions.
Since it appears you're calling back into a live show, we are reconnecting you now. Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
Hi everyone. How are you today? I meant to hey, does anybody know an app for like laugh tracks and stuff like that? Please, if you know an app that does laugh tracks and claps and stuff like that. How is everyone today? Hi. Well, now I'm really upset. Oh, it doesn't matter. Desi. So, Desi Doll, who has Starseed Revolution channel, please check out her channel, landed in Japan. And I thought she was leaving today, but she tricked me. But Desi, you always trick me. You don't realize it, but you don't always give me like all the information. And so I'm left out in the cold. And I wanted her to come on yesterday, so I can like congratulate her and send her off with a big public, goodbye. And so I text her and she's like, I'm catching my plane to Japan. And I was like, what? But I also, you also never really told me, although maybe that's a good thing, because I wanted to upgrade her to first class if I could. Maybe that's a good thing, because I wound up rearranging my studio and brought some new furniture. They're saying congrats, Desi. So she's in Japan. She is a teacher. She had made a decision. When was it? Back in March? They brought your ticket on Friday? Are you serious? Desi, what if you weren't really ready? Oh my God. Although I have to tell you, between Desi and her mother, they have been wrapping business up. All right? They didn't wait till the last minute. They knew that she was going, but then there was the visa and it was this and it was that. And she was kind of panicking, but not panicking. I wasn't panicking. I was like, well, it's going to come through. I just trust God in the process. You guys know how I am. Desi saying thank you, everyone. And so then I figured she would say, okay, got my ticket. And I would have said, find out what the upgrade cost. Because I just, when you know someone, I think, Desi, how long has it been? 6 years now? How long were you a teacher in Florida? 4 years. And I think I knew you 2 years prior to that. Right? I think so. Doesn't matter. But when you have someone that you've known for 6 years and you watch them, like, I think by the time, yes, we've known each other for 6 years. Interesting enough, I know her from the internet 6 years, right? I think Were you in California when I started the first radio show? I can't remember. But in any case, she has been such a dedicated watcher of the show, right? Of the radio show. And supportive at the same time. Like sometimes on the radio you get like craziness more than you do in person. You get crazy people on the radio, like crazy. And not any, like I don't suspect I should get crazy people anymore. I suspect I will not, because I'm well established now. I had moved to Florida when you had your radio. You had already moved to Florida. Oh, okay. All right. And she got to, you're actually very blessed, because she got to Florida like in June, I think. Don't get me wrong, I can't really remember, Desi. And she had a job in Florida by September or August or whenever. What I've watched about Desi, though, in comparison to other people that she has, informed me about, Desi did her due diligence, meaning if she had a certificate that as a teacher she needed to get, she got it. If she had this thing that she needed to get as a teacher, she got it. She just kept doing the right things, not knowing that any of this, and she did it early. Do you know what I mean? She was like, first 2 years, got all her credentials that she needed as a teacher. Not knowing that she was going to be an international teacher. Desi Doll, Sabrina says, congratulations on this accomplishment. God blessed you as you're dedicated your life to service. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I'm pretty sure I don't have a reading right now. How may I help you? And so I just, you just watch people and you think to yourself, you're like, she's dedicated. I am the least dedicated person you will find. So I'd be like, she's good. And I have other clients that are teachers that are considering going overseas. And because of Desi, I use her as an example. And I'm like, do you have all your credentials? And they're like, no. And I'm like, why? How long have you been a teacher? I've been a teacher for 7 years. Why? Do you not have all your credentials? Get it out the way. Spend this next year getting whatever you need out the way so that you could move forward if you want to. But don't let you stop you. Oh, MM saying, Desi, she loves your vids. This made my day. Teachaway.com. Teachaway.com is the website that Desi, thank you, Desi, because I do have people that, Teachaway.com is the website that Desi used to get to Japan. Now, she was offered a job by people in Dubai and people in Japan. She had an affinity to Japan because her dad was in the military, and she actually lived in Japan with her mommy and her daddy and her brother. So she wanted to go back to that familiar place. Yeah. Pretty Doll goes, wow, look at the love in this room. We are very loving people. We're healing arts people. Metaphysical people are a little loopy, but we are loving. Teachaway.com, people. I, too, am an educator and administrator. I admire your courage to go abroad and teach. Sabrina, that's right. Your last name is E.D. Oh, yes, you got to do it. Sabrina, you're the one with the daddy, though, right? I like to make sure the names match, which I know they do, but just in case. Yes. Well, Sabrina, let me tell you something. What you were doing with your daddy brings me to tears. I took care of my dad, and I get it. I get what you're doing. That, too, is a service. So her dad is sick right now, and what do you call him? You call them daddy something. You know, when she posed her daddy something. All this love warms my heart. I know. We're such loving people. Batshit crazy, but loving people. Way to go, Desi doll. You are awesome. That's Carol, and Carol is a speech therapist. And Carol's amazing. Amazing. You're making me cry. Daddy Chronicles. That's so cute. I love the title, Daddy Chronicles. I love it. Love it. All right. I am having silly moments today because I can. Just because I want to. All right. So, I'm just going to have a brief talk about... Try not to call me from landlines, everyone. I don't necessarily return phone calls from landlines. I know, right, Desi? Sabrina, Desi Dog says, Daddy Chronicles sounds so cute. Aww. Oh, sorry, wrong Carol. Sorry, Carol. I have a master's. Oh, God, a master's in IT. I'm sorry, Carol. But a master's in IT. Wow. Wow. Laugh out loud. No problem. Sorry. All right. So before we get started, there's somebody on, to call in for your personal reading, call in the number 914-205-5699. 914-205-5699. If you already had a reading, I won't repeat the reading. You can trust and believe. I don't even care if there's nobody online. I will not repeat readings. We have to save and reserve space for others. I was going to read something, but now I'm kind of over it. I was going to read something, but I get over things really fast. All right, let's see. I won't find it anyway. All right. I said if I find it, I'll read it. If I don't find it, say la vie. Okay, so there's an article here about a growing number of black women leaving the church for witchcraft. All right? So let's change some of the wording. I'm not a fan of witchcraft, people. That's a really, really word that doesn't identify me, right? And I used to work from a store that was very witchcrafty. And I said to God, I said, why am I here, of all places, right? I know I'm a psychic, but they were much more witchcrafty, right? And I said, well, God, why am I here? And God said, sit down and do your job. Because they gave us each a room for the public to come in and do our readings. And I said, no, God. I need better than that. I need an answer, God. Why am I here? Because the store that I went to, they believed in deities and the God of this and the corn God of that. And I was like, why am I here? And God said, sit down and shut up. I was like, okay, clearly you don't want to answer this question. So I'm just going to go to my office. God had another purpose. Thank you, Sabrina. I said, I'm going to go to my office. I'm going to close my door. And I'm going to pretend like I'm not a part of this. I'm going to go into the store that believes in deities and the god of this and the goddess of that. And I'm going to act like it's not me. So what did I do? I made my room, everybody called my room the Jesus room, because it had crosses and pictures of Jesus. Because I was determined not to be like the store had just entered. Right? And I said to God, after a time of being there, why am I here? And God said, just do your job. And I thought, all right, I'm just going to do my job. Clearly, God does not want me to answer, doesn't want to answer this question for me. And so I did my job, did my readings, found my space, found my YouTube life, all right, in this store. You don't know what God has for you. You don't know the places that God puts you for you to find yourself. I found my YouTube life in that store. All right? So now I'm of gratitude because I had a private space, closed door. Half the times nobody knew what I was doing. I had so much time on my hands because I went from 0 clients to 1 client. And I went from 1 client to maybe 5 in a week. And then I found my YouTube life. And God bless, I love my 23,000 subscribers. I love my 23,000 subscribers. But it took going into that store to find yourself. I was in that store for 6 years, people. So when you all call to complain about your life, I don't know where my life is going, you're right. Sometimes your life is going nowhere. Sometimes it takes 6 years for you to get your aha moment. Sometimes it takes forever before God says, you are done. You can now work from another destination. You're done. Thank you. Dedicated service to others. Desi, you, me, thank you for just listening. Yes, Jason and I came from the same store. Thank you for just listening to the God's voice inside of you. Thank you for not complaining. Thank you for just doing your due diligence. I found you guys in a store full of people that did rituals, put on black coats, believed in deities, believed in the god of this, the god of that, the goddess of this, the goddess of that. And here's what else I also did. I took classes because something about them was me. What is that? What was it about them that was me? Right? As I'm shunning them, I had to conform to something in their lifestyle that God put me there for a reason. And why does God put me there? It turns out that African culture is full of gods and goddesses and ideology that once we became slaves, they made us forget. And I don't want to forget anymore. Like, even that's bringing me to tears. Other people have been so far advanced in finding their African enchantment. And I'm so delayed, I feel like. But I'm here. This is me. This is who I am. And I'm so happy to have finally found the African inside of me. So when I get some of you people that want to say to me, that's not of God and you're of the devil and blah, 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 I'm going to say to you, okay, I'm not fighting you. I'm not fighting you. I'm not fighting your mama. I'm happy. Go at your own pace. I love that. I just know people that have just stepped into their that and you look at people and you're like, I want to be that, but you don't know what that is inside of you. And I guess what that is inside of me is my candle magic, my herbs, my life, my lifestyle. Like, yeah, I'm in my African enchantment. So we're not calling it witchcraft anymore, people. We're going to call it what it is, African enchantment. That's who we are. That's where we came from. That's where we're going back home to. And if we can't literally get back home, we're going to bring home inside of us. All right. Whew. Desi, you did all of that. I'm from South Africa in the Caribbean. We don't practice Christianity, but I love your spirit. Oh, yes, God is with you, Tracy. Yeah, and I'm allowed to love God. I'm allowed to love Jesus. I'm allowed to invest in, Oshun and any African spirituality. Like, we had the original mermaid. What was her name? Ostara? Something like that? I will do my study, people. I will learn and I will bring it to you. Whoever wants to learn with me, because I'm behind the 8 ball, and maybe invest in others who want to teach with me. It's all the same table of faith. Yes, people need to realize that. Thank you, Desi. It's all the same table of faith. Who do they think gave them these powers, right? Your Maya is the original African mermaid. All that drama off of Halle Bailey. Get out of here. Your Maya. Oh, it's just so beautiful to feel the African inside of me. All right, which is why I sell herb kits. No shame anymore. I sell herb kits for love, money, protection. This is why I do my readings. I do my readings because I ask God if I could do this. And I call out his name every time. Will he let me do this? And he's like, yeah. God's like, oh my God, yeah. God is gay. God is a woman. God is black. God is everything. God is you. God is funny. God has a sense of humor. Stop looking at him the way the white man has said to look at him. I fear you, God. Don't fear God. Just talk to him. I talk to God every morning. Well, I talk to all my ancestors every morning because, I'm crazy, but it's okay. So my mom, my dad has passed away, and I talk to them every morning, especially if I have a problem with my sister. I'm like, Mom, Dad, handle that because I'm about to, do her in. I talk to God and Jesus every single morning. And then I have other core beliefs. I have mantras that I believe in, which is the Asian culture. I just am. I'm more than the sum of all pieces. I'm more than that. And I invest in anything and everything that brings me peace. All right. I talk too much, and I love to talk too much, but I hope you guys don't mind. Talking is fun. Talking is fun. Right? It didn't give us a spirit of fear. He created all of us to explore. Yes, explore others, explore. Our attention should be on positive, not negative. But negative comes, so when negative comes, we have to have some sense of spirituality that gets us through the negative. All right? It brings understanding. Thank you, Carol. Hi, honey. Hi, Truth. Woo. All right, let's breathe. Take a moment to breathe. Close your eyes. Breathe through your mouth. Wait, no. Okay, hold on. Wait. Start over. Breathe through your nose. Out through your mouth. Let me hear your breath. Breathe through your nose. Out through your mouth. Breathe through your nose. Out through your mouth. Breathe through your nose. Out through your mouth. All right, you guys feel better? Let's take a reading on here. Let's do a reading. Let's see who needs a reading done. Thank you all for just being you, embracing your African enchantment. Talk to your peoples. Talk to your peoples. Let's get a book started of African spells. Let's get a universal book of African spells. That would be fun. Right? Oh, good. All right. Tracy, block Nadia on YouTube. You don't have admins. Nadia, what is she saying? Nadia, what are you saying? What is she saying? Is she being evil? Love you and have a blessed day. Love you, Kathy. That would be amazing, right, Carol? Yes, let's have a universal book of African spells. So talk to your grandmas and your grandpas, especially the ones that are ready to cloak. Like, talk to them before they go over to the other side. She's a racist? Aw. You guys know I'm not gonna... Listen, I have a different look on how I feel about people that are racist. If she's on here, she wants this. You guys get that? If she's here, she's looking for change. So if I block her, you need some mods for the crazies on YouTube. I don't know, Desi. I kind of like the crazies. They're okay with me, even if they're racist. I'm telling you, if she's here, she wants. Somebody already blocked her. Guys are terrible. You're terrible people. Leave the races alone. Leave them alone. They will find their Christ Jesus. Trust me. They will find... Oh, look at this. Got a new table, but I'm going to dye it. It's not going to stay this color. It has to go... It has to go lighter. All right. All right. All right. That's good. All right. Too much animation today. All right. Six, 8, 2. You are on the line.
Hello, Miss Tracy. Can you hear me?
I can, 682. How are you?
Oh, I'm so happy. I am so grateful that I am getting this reading from you. I love your channel. Okay, I'm going to be quiet.
Oh, okay. So before we start, email me for your own personal reading at Tracy Brown Live at Gmail. Tracy Brown Live at Gmail. So, how are you doing?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I'm just Chipper-Millie here. So, I don't know how to be anything other than wonderful. And if I'm
I
not
hear you on
wonderful,
that. Yes.
if I'm not wonderful, I will go to sleep. That's how I handle not being wonderful. So what's going on? How can I help you?
I would just like to get some advice career-wise. Just what is it that you see, your opinion, finances,
Okay,
the
so
usual.
okay. Well, the usual you pay for. So this is free, and we're gonna focus. Give me something to
Okay.
focus on.
So you said focus is career.
What's the question on career?
Okay. Oh, I didn't think about that.
Listen,
I guess how long would it be before? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no. How long will it be before?
I guess before I'm consistent in my career, recognized in my career.
What is your
Yeah. Is
career?
that consistent?
Yeah, it's as close as you're gonna get. What's your career?
I am a entertainer.
Well, yeah. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a good question then. If you're an entertainer, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a very good question because you can measure that. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a measurement in
Okay.
entertainment.
Yes. It's consistent. It's good, but I feel like I've been doing it for a while, and I'm ready to go to the next level.
Yeah, I understand that. I get it. All right. Do you want to give your name? You don't have to. I can just say 682.
Okay, I'll stick with 682, please.
Please, God, talk to me. Talk to me about the number that belongs, the person behind the number 682. Please allow me to see anything and everything that you would like for me to see, Father God. 682 is your child. She's your love. She's your beloved. Please authorize me to see and say what you would like for me to say and see. I love you, God. I love you, Jesus. In your name I pray. Amen. 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 All right. Oh, the first thing I'm getting is flying. Flying, you have to leave where you're at even if you don't want to. There's something about some adamancy as staying where you're at is the answer to growth. It's not. But you are stuck in that belief. You kind of know you shouldn't be there. You kind of know it. But the wheels will turn better if you don't stay where you're at. There's a lot of conflict in making that overall decision. There's a lot of conflict, like not a little, like a lot. You might want to fight to get out and get somewhere that's better for you. It's slow moving.
Okay.
It's slow moving. It's a little confusing. And the choices are so numerous that you get so confused that you just stay stuck again. Or something, you get hired for something and you're in that area and you just stay stuck again. Right? Where are you from originally?
I'm originally from Texas, and I did relocate to Atlanta, Georgia.
682
I
is
tried to go to Los Angeles first.
Yeah. 682 is the Atlanta area code?
No, it's Texas.
It's Texas. Yeah.
I kept my number.
Yeah. Um, ugh. Atlanta is not the place for you.
Okay.
Mm-mm. You're gonna see that more and more. You're gonna feel it more and more. It's not the place for you. My prayer is that maybe a job will bring you to Los Angeles for you to
Mhm.
see that you could really do this. That's my prayer. Um, but it
Mhm.
looks to me that you're like being a little not stubborn, but like you made all this effort to go to Atlanta, and now, um, like I'm just gonna make it work because I came here for like it's, and it may not work out to your favor.
Oh, okay.
The wheels are still churning.
I can understand it.
Yeah, the wheels are still churning, and they're churning for you to get to LA.
Well, I'm ready to roll. I've been praying and asking to move and for the resources, so I'm very open to leaving and moving.
All right. All right. Um, what do you do for a living?
Entertainment. I'm an actor.
Right. But if you move, you won't necessarily be an actor. You will need a,
Correct.
a job for survival.
Well, since I moved to Atlanta, I have been fortunate enough to have acting as my
Job.
career. That
Yes.
is my survival.
Yes. Ah. You know, you're in a catch 22, right? So we want to be really careful as to what the universe is saying to you. And I have to be careful as to what I think I'm hearing from the universe, right?
Okay. Hmm.
So I would think you've reached your pinnacle. That's what I would think. I would think that if you're at the level that you don't have to hold down a 9 to 5 to pay your bills,
Hmm.
you've plateaued. You're there. So be careful of the
Okay. Okay.
measurement. Like what stick are you measuring? Because not too
I
many
think
people
it's
in
more
acting can
of.
say that.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. It's just that I know the acting business, and not too many people in acting can say that. Most people are still living out of their cars. Most people are still working at
Yes,
Walmart.
ma'am. That's correct.
You know, most people are
Yes, ma'am.
working nighttime jobs so that they could be available, you know, any time of the day. But you can stay home and pay your bills. Let's be really careful
Yes, ma'am.
that you are very, very blessed. And maybe that is some of
I'm
the,
about to cry. I just feel so bad, so ungrateful right now.
oh, don't be ungrateful. You know, sometimes you just need somebody to point it out. You know, don't be
Yes,
ungrateful
ma'am.
because it's okay. Like, I just know the entertainment business. And if you can get to the level where you could stay home, that is beautiful.
Yes,
So, I'm going to tell
yes,
you,
ma'am.
make the change when you need to. Don't be so quick
Okay.
to make the change. Make the change when you need to. It looks to me like there might be a reason for you to come out here. Because I'm in Los Angeles. Might be a reason for you to come out here. You make sure that reason is a job.
Mhm. Okay.
Don't just come out here. If a job brings you out here,
Okay.
that's half the battle. All right?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. I feel so bad now, just like I've been ungrateful because you're absolutely right. It is a blessing to be able to be at home and actually taking care of me. So you're
Yes.
absolutely correct. I guess I was measuring it with, the stardom, the popularity, the consistent checks, but you're absolutely right. Like I'm able to do this. So thank
Yeah, I mean, the measuring stick is, no. Most of those people ain't happy anyway, so you don't want to measure your stick against no one else. Have you seen, the online crap that goes on with successful entertainers? Yeah, they are messed up.
you. Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any children?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Any children?
No, ma'am. I'm single. I don't have any children.
Okay, how old are you?
I don't want to. Well, I guess you don't know my name, so I'm 36.
Okay, all right. I mean, you can always say 30 something,
I'll be
20 something,
37 next month.
37. Do you want children?
I'm open to it. I'm
Mm-hmm.
open to having children.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to have a family.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was asking. So I feel like one of your next job is going to be a female ensemble. Mostly female ensemble, let's just say it that way. All right?
Okay.
I get a water, fire, let me just show everybody the cards. Water, fire, air sign woman. What's your sign?
I'm a Leo.
When's your birthday?
August 19th.
Oh, happy birthday, Leo. You just made it. But you're
Thank you. Happy birthday to you too, Miss Tracy.
Thank you. Um, I feel like whatever you're gonna do next, oh yeah, it involves a lot of women, and it could mean doing it somewhere else. I don't know if it's gonna be Los Angeles, but it's definitely gonna be someplace else.
Okay.
All right.
I'm open.
Yes, it's from that someplace else that you will get heard. You're definitely going to have a family, and you're definitely going to have a little boy. But I'm warning you, this little boy is of a different world. I feel like he will come out kicking and screaming and feisty and strong and whatever, you know, I don't know. It's something extra about him. Could be a little
Okay.
creative, could be a little magical, could be one of those type of star seed type of kids, which they're all being born that way, I believe. I feel like your next job is going to come from a man, mostly female ensemble, and from a very well-established company. Probably a company you've already worked for.
Okay. I accept it.
Yeah,
I receive it.
yeah. So don't be afraid to do your money magic candles every single time. When I first got into the metaphysical world, I would do a candle on my son, and bingo bango, he would get the job. So
Okay.
don't be afraid. Check out my website, tracybrownlive.com, and look at the money candles. All right? The next time we're going to do
I
the
will.
money
Okay.
candles is August 13th, 14th, and 15th. I like to do it before, but you are welcome to do it 3 days after. But that's for the full moon, and that's to bring about what you want. If you look at the candle video, you'll see how you can call in what you want.
Okay. Thank you. I will.
You're welcome, 682. Keep me posted.
I will. Thank you. You have a wonderful day. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. Bye. So, thank you. Hold on a second. Sorry, people. I just got a text message from someone, one of my other clients, who is just another long, very much like Desi, and just going out and developing herself and finally got her aha moment. Trust me, people, I work miracles. I don't work miracles. I'm very nurturing. Sometimes I yell at you. Get over yourselves. Oh, you know what? I should ask the girl if I could read a letter that she wrote. Right. Um, one of the girls that it was so funny. She wrote me a letter. I should ask her if I could read it out loud and leave her name out. But in any case, the synopsis is I told her something and it came true. But it didn't come true the way she expected. And I've had this with a lot of you. I've had this where I say to you, you're going to get pregnant. You're going to get pregnant. And most of you say to me, I'm not having sex, so mm-mm. Spirit doesn't look at your immediate space. Spirit doesn't look at your mindset. Spirit already sees what's coming in. I'm getting what Spirit sees what's coming in. Because I'm human, they try to give me the information the best way they can, and then I have to interpret it. So imagine the convoluted stories that come in by the time I push it out, right? But it gets to the point where I've learned I just have to listen to Spirit, even if you're not having sex. Like people are like, no, Tracy, haven't had sex in 10 years. And I'm like, oh, well, why would Spirit show me a pregnancy? In any case, bingo bango, there was a pregnancy. And the girl got mad at me, although I didn't know it. She was writing me and she's like, I get so mad at you because I said you put it inside of me. You made this happen. And I was looking at this and I was like, yeah, that's the way to not take ownership and responsibility. Blame others, right? I'm just reading this and I was like, this is very typical. This is what humans do. So I was forgiving her and I was like, no, I get it. This is what humans do. And in the end, she started out by saying, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. She ended up saying, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. Basically saying, I didn't believe in you, I didn't believe in your gift. I even blamed you when something came about. And lo and behold, I realized it was me. I know, pretty doll baby. I was like, oh my God, this is a lot to handle. Oh, Nadia. Oh, hello, honey. Y'all didn't block her. She's still there. Let her stay. I really don't care. Nadia is probably black. So let her stay. I know, Carol. I know. I get you. I got you. I was like, no. I need to turn this off. I was like, oh my God. But in the end, I was more grateful that she received her aha through her experience. She could have spent the rest of her life blaming me. Yeah, I don't know. But she got her aha moment. So I'm grateful when all is said and done. Why would someone get mad at you for that? People do. You have no idea what I go through. You guys have no idea how hard this job is and how still I have to stay when people get mad at me. It's all right. I'm okay with it. Just take the message, people, as a blessing. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Then I decided maybe I needed to change the way I did my readings. I like to interact, and I'm thinking I'm not going to interact with people anymore. I'm just going to give the message, let it land on the table. You could pick up the pieces that you want, but no more interaction, because I get defensiveness. I get people that don't want to listen. I get people, especially when it comes to men. Especially when it comes to men, I get women that don't want to listen. And there's so many components to the reading that spirit is showing me that like he doesn't text enough, he treats you badly, he calls you a bitch, he comes home whenever he feels like it, doesn't contribute to the bills, barely works, just got out of prison, has another woman, is married, is honest, yes, I'm not ready to be in a committed relationship. When someone tells you to your face, I'm not ready for a committed relationship, shut it down. Thank you, Carol. When someone tells you, I'm not ready to commit, and when I mean commit, I mean he doesn't even want to be your boyfriend, girlfriend. Thank you, pretty doll. Shut it down. Walk away. Save yourselves early. Don't be so enthusiastic over a man that tells you he doesn't want to commit. Because in the end, he won't commit to you. And then you all will be calling psychics, trying to figure out why he's not committing to you. And there's nothing a psychic could do. All right? We're not God. All we can tell you is he's not going to commit. Right. Thank you, Desi. Don't try and figure out what it means. He was very clear. He was very honest. He said, I'm not ready to commit. Guess what? He means it. So walk away early. Because the other thing, which we're going to talk about next week, we're going to talk about sex magic next week. Women don't have sex magic in them. Men do. And you guys are so busy wanting sex. Because there's power in that action, pulling in. There's power in that when you lay down, you turn to mud. You allow the power to be taken from you. Men have sex magic, women don't. And the magic is for us. That's a him problem. Yes. All right. I'm over my lecture. Okay, good. Let's see. Okay. Next reading, we have plenty of time. 646, you're on the line.
Hello?
Hi, 646. How are you?
Hi, Tracy. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm fine.
So tell me what's going on.
I'm good. I'm sorry. I have a meeting with my family later, and my family has been a bit toxic, so I've removed myself from them. But my little sister recently just had her baby, so my whole family's in town, and they're kind of bugging me to see them.
And I want to just know, like, is it really a good idea to, like, open up that door again, or should I just keep it closed?
Okay, so where are you located?
I live in North Carolina.
Where's your family?
Well, my mom's side of the family lives about 30 minutes away in a different city. But my brother, he lives in the Midwest. My little sister lives with my mom, and I have some relatives that live in Florida that came down in New York.
Which is the family that is asking you to come visit? Where are they located?
My brother, the one that lives in the Midwest,
And they want you to come to the Midwest?
and
I'm
that's about
confused.
it. No, he wants me to come to my mom's house, which is like 30 minutes away, to
And
come see the baby and his kids and stuff like that. Because I haven't seen anybody in almost 2 years.
oh, how's your mental health since you haven't seen them?
It's gotten better. I will say I do feel like a bit lonely some days, but I would rather that than deal with the manipulation and stuff that the way that my mom makes me feel usually.
Mm, yeah. Yeah, I'm a big fan of mental health.
And I've gotten a bit, I don't want to say, I gotten stronger in my faith and such with being distant from them. And
Yeah.
I just feel like it's a better situation for me.
Yeah.
And I admired what you said about how you do your son with your, how you did your son with your family and how, like, you would go to functions but leave your son out of it. Like,
Yeah.
that type of thing. I was thinking about maybe going that route too.
Yeah. I mean,
Because that's the top.
yeah. I mean, it's just mental health. It's mental health. It's peace of mind. People use words to get inside of you, to get a reaction, to make you feel a certain type of way. They might, say something in a joke, but it's really to get inside of you, for the memory to stay inside of you. And so I'm not a fan of that language. You know what I mean? I don't co-sign with derogatory statements, hurtful words, jokes that are not funny. All right. Um, I was forced to get used to it because that's the family that I came from. I don't like it. And even now, like my son and his wife and we laugh at scenarios, not at each other. We don't call each other names. We don't put each other down, right? We laugh
Right.
at the scenario of a situation, all right? And yeah, okay. Why do you have 646 area code? That's New York.
I'm from New York.
Oh, you're originally from New York?
I have to keep a little piece of home with me.
Oh, of course, of course. And then maybe that's your problem. It's a New York thing, I really think. New Yorkers are just horrible. Native New Yorkers, not people that transplant. I'm not talking about you people. I'm talking about people whose generation after generation came from New York. It's a rough ride.
Right.
It's rough. People don't understand, especially if you live in certain counties like Brooklyn or the Bronx. It's rough. Ugh. It's survival
Yeah.
skills. Where'd you grow up? Where'd you grow up? Where'd you grow up? 646, where did you grow up?
Sorry.
Repeat that.
Oh, I grew up in North Carolina half my life,
Oh, but in New York, where'd you grow up?
but I'm Staten Island.
You're breaking up. Where did you grow up?
In Staten Island.
Staten Island!
In Staten Island.
Oh, you're a girl after my own heart. I'm from Staten Island.
Oh,
Oh,
you are.
yes, I love Staten Island. The most boringest borough ever is from Staten Island. Boring. There's nothing there. The best thing Staten Island has is the ferry ride. That's it. I think now they got the stadium over there. Please, God, talk to me. Talk to me about 646. Please allow me to see anything and everything that you would like for me to see, Father God. 646 has some concerns. Please help me to help her get an answer. I love you, God. I love you, Jesus. 646 is your child. She's your love. She's your beloved. Help me to see and say what you would like for me to say and see. I love you, God. I love you, Jesus. In your name I pray. Amen. 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 All right. Starting out with the Three of Swords, which is painful, 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 painful. I also get the Seven of Wands. There will be an attack. You will be defensive. What's familiar is no longer familiar. Now, ironically, I am getting a resounding yes. I am getting home. I am getting the Two of Swords, which is you just don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. It's inside your head. This position number 7 is in my head. Jesus Christ. I am getting the Three of Cups. So there just will be some camaraderie. I am getting the Tower. And my hopes and fears next to my yes card. Any children involved?
Well, my sister just had a baby maybe a few days ago, and my brother has 2 babies. He has 2 kids under the age of 3.
And when is he
And
coming to visit?
he has been asking me to see the kids. Like, that's how he's been trying. It's like, I want you to see my kids. I want you to see my kids type thing.
You don't have any children.
No, ma'am, not yet.
Not yet. And your brother's visiting, am I correct?
We're like Irish twins. He's 13 months younger than me.
But is he visiting? Is he visiting your mom's house?
Oh, he's visiting. Yes, ma'am, he's visiting.
Okay, here's what I'm getting more than anything. I feel like there needs to be a visit. I really do. I feel like you're still in an unknown place of existence. I feel like there's some guilt here, right? I feel like you do want to see your family. I think you do. But I also think there's some internal guilt about staying away from them. I think you need one last hurrah with your family. I think you need to see why you stayed away. I think you need to finalize this. I think you're going to see that your feelings will get hurt. Something's going to come through. Your feelings will get hurt. People are going to say something to you. You're going to be defensive. And then you're going to be like, oh, that's the familiar energy? This normally is a good card, but it's in your past position. So I do. And then I get a resounding yes. I think you need to go. And I think you need to visit your family because you're not learning your lesson. You know. I read something on Facebook today, and I always wonder why God is showing me things. And I read something on Facebook today where it was like the song, the poem Footsteps, right? Where God goes, where the guy goes, I thought you said you always would always be with me, God. And he's like, dude, that time you saw one set of footprints, that was me carrying you, right? So I saw something today that was like, that's the one set of footprints where I carried you. And God goes, you see that groove, that deep groove? That's where I had to drag you kicking and screaming. Basically saying, because you didn't learn your lesson. I got it for love. I was like, oh, I understand that, because people tend to go back to the same person over and over, expecting God to fix this. When God took the person away from you, right? I think that
Right.
in your young age, how old are you? 20 something, 30 something?
I'll be 25 then.
I think in your young age, you need a last hurrah. I think you need to see one more time why you pulled away from your family. I think somebody there is going to be on the attack. I think you have a sensitive soul, and I think you get beat down a lot. I think once you realize that the investment in particular people can never be invested again, I think that's when you'll have children. I think you go down there defensive and prepared to have a smart answer back with someone, or I don't know. I get you and your mom are the biggest problem. I don't know if it's your sister too, but I think your sister's going to join your mom because your sister's dependent upon your mom. She's not her own woman. She's not going to go against her mom. And she might even show support for her mom because that's her way of manipulating her mom in the future. I think for all intents purposes, it might start out like a big hurrah. It won't end well. Funny thing is, I don't see your brother in this. So he's making you come into an environment that he's not going to stick up for you with. He's going to pull back and be neutral and not deal with all this feminine energy. Is that who he is?
My brother, he's really hard to read most times, cause, but he's usually just wanting to keep the peace around everybody, and if he can't keep the peace, then he'll just remove himself from the situation.
Yeah, but he's asking you to come into a
The
situation.
men in my family are very passive.
Well, he's asking you to come into a situation, and when all is said and done, is he going to have your back? I was very blessed. I had one brother that was passive and two-faced it. I had another brother that when shit was not right, he would say something. He would be like, that's not going to happen to her. Meaning me. Or if I went to complain to him, I was like, didn't I say I would do the cooking? It was Thanksgiving dinner. I thought I was treating my mom by cooking. She decides to cook 4 o'clock in the morning. By the time, and because I heard her cooking, I was like, I'm out. You gonna cook? I'm sleeping. So I purposely did not get up till 10 o'clock. One thing I can do is sleep, and I can sleep through noise. She had already had dinner prepared. And I went to my brother.
That's a true New Yorker.
Yeah. And I went to my brother who is like, you know, when you have family, you don't talk complete English. And I was like, why is she in the kitchen? And he was like, you said you got this. You said you got this. I was like, thank you. What the hell is she doing in the motherfucking kitchen? Get out of here. It got so bad because now I'm determined to match her in the kitchen, but two women can't be in the kitchen. I realized that. And I don't know what I was cutting up, but I was determined to at least cook something. And my mom was fussing around me. You didn't get up early enough, fussing at what I was doing, blah, 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 blah. And I was cutting up something, and I swear to God, I was cutting it like this. I was like, I hear you. Like, I was like, oh, this knife is going to go someplace else if you don't get away from me. Of course, I didn't say that out loud, but the way I was cutting up, I was like, Ugh. In any case, you're going to get a last lesson. I'm getting a resounding yes, but I'm getting it conditioned. I'm only getting it because I think you need this lesson. I think you need another round of disparity and insults and innuendos and snarky remarks. And I think you need to go down there defensive and ready to prepare to say something smart. You say something smart, it's going to be a huge fight. I think if your brother can make it that far to your mother's house, he can drive to your house. It's only 30 minutes away. Did you say you live 30 minutes away?
Right. Yes, ma'am.
He can drive 30 minutes. He can come see you. Your sister can come see you if she wants. Do you get along with your sister?
Hmm?
Do you get along with your sister?
She's siding with my mom, so I haven't spoken to her since we had a blowout
Girl,
in February or something of that change.
girl, I said that she is going to side with her mom because she's not her own woman. She's not paying bills like a grown-ass woman needs to. She is going to side with her mom. And if that means pointing out how terrible and ugly you are to the mom so that the sister could manipulate the mom to never look at her and
90 seconds.
and see that she is not paying rent, that is terrible. So, I'm going to conclude it like this. I need to ask you seriously if you really need to learn another lesson.
No, I don't need another lesson. I think I've gone through it enough.
Don't do it. But part of this reading is to understand it might be a lifetime. Be at peace.
60 seconds.
Be at peace at what this looks like for you. Be at peace. Know that God is with you. There's no such thing as loneliness when you have peace of mind. All right, honey, let me get up out of here. Email me for your own personal reading at psychictracybrown at
Thank you for
gmail.com. You're welcome.
Thank you. Love you. Happy birthday.
Love you too. Happy birthday, New Yorker, Staten Island. Tracy Brown Live. Tracy Brown Live at Gmail. Tracy Brown Live at Gmail. Email me for your own personal reading. Yes, yes, I'm that good. Yes, so I brag, so. Love you all.
10 seconds.
Bye. Bye, guys.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.